With the most recent announcement of Alan Wake 2, I wanted to revisit a classic game that I've never played because I was too scared as a child, and I've only pretty much watched other people play. So today I'm going for the Platinum Trophy for Alan Wake Remastered. Before we start, I accidentally turned on the video commentary thinking it was Alan's Inner Thoughts audio file, and this happened instead.
Hello, this is Sam Lake. I'm the creative director of Remedy and the lead writer of original Alan Wake. So, a spoiler alert is in order.
This man said spoiler alert, bro. I am playing the game. What do you mean spoiler alert? Oh yeah, you die later. Don't matter.
And it don't matter. None of this matters.
I also did run into multiple problems with my PS5 overheating and couldn't run the game. So I ended up shrugging it off and hoping that my PS5 would fix itself. So the game starts us off in a nightmare sequence which serves as the tutorial of the game. Clearly seeing my PS5 struggling to breathe, I shrugged it off once more and proceeded to play the game and getting our first trophy for following the storyline. Oh, got my first trophy. Follow the light. The next trophy is called Float Like a Butterfly, and it's to dodge our first attack. After Alan trips on a rock, dodges the attack, the trophy was ours. Ooh, float like a butterfly. Waking up from that nightmare, we find ourselves on a boat going to Bright Falls, a small town where our wife, Alice, decided that we have our vacation in. After getting off the boat, we proceeded to meet up with the landlord of our Airbnb at the local diner in town. And as soon as we entered the diner, something already felt off, and the sense of danger felt stronger by the minute. In order to prevent the darkness from leaking out, my PS5 decided to overheat once more. After a short break to cool off the oven, we proceeded to look for the landlord in the bathroom. Bro could not wait, I guess. An older lady comes out of the blue and hands us the keys for our cabin and gave us the location for it. As we're driving away, the landlord, Mr. Stucky, shows up at the last second to give us our actual keys. And at that point, we already knew that was about to hit the fan. After arriving at the cabin, we needed to turn the power on and getting us a trophy with it. Oh, trophy. Let there be light. Now, Alan Wake is a famous writer, but he hasn't written anything in over 2 years or so. Alice actually booked us this cabin to help Alan with his slump, but ended up making him angry instead. Storming out of the house to get some air, the generator died out, and a dark force ended up abducting Alice. Alan then sees her silhouette in the water and ends up diving to save her. Next scene, we see Alan waking up in a car crash. Why? I have no idea. But all I know is that we needed to reach the gas station so we can call the police. On our way there, we encountered the shadow people once more as we fight for our lives. And unfortunately, once again, my PS5 just could not handle the pressure. Believing in my PS5 though, I decided to continue playing despite the warnings. We then encounter a now possessed Mr. Stucky who's trying to kill us, mostly with an axe. We eventually meet up with him and finally putting an end to Mr. Stucky and getting a trophy with it. Alan finally contacts the police just to learn that the cabin that he and his wife stayed at was never there to begin with. But after that, we get our trophy for completing episode 1. After getting checked by the town doctor at the police station, we ended up getting a call from a stranger claiming that he had kidnapped Alice. After trying to figure out what the hell is going on, if our wife drowned or got kidnapped, it unfortunately gave my PS5 a headache and once again decided to overheat. We then meet a therapist who specializes in helping talented artists, who in a matter of seconds gets sucker punched by Alan for thinking that he tricked Alice to bringing him here. Alan then gets saved by his agent Barry Wheeler after literally assaulting a doctor inside the police station. Like Alan Wake? More like Alan Ball! After renting out a cabin yet again, Alan then plans to meet with the kidnapper. But knowing that this is a very bad idea, my PS5 once again steps in and tries to change Alan's mind. But Alan is a very stubborn person, so we continue our journey anyways despite the warnings. We then see Park Ranger Rusty get possessed by the darkness like Stucky, forcing our hand once again, striking him down with a fiery blow from our revolver, getting us the trophy under a thin layer of skin. After finally meeting the kidnapper, we then proceed to... Oh, come on, really? After 20 perfect dodges, we get the Missed by a Mile trophy. After escaping the kidnapper, we head back to Barry and... Oh, okay, you know what? So I ended up buying another PS5 the next day so we can play the game smoothly. And after finishing episode 2, we get the Park Ranger trophy. Barry gets a call from Rose, the waitress at the diner, claiming that she has the manuscripts. We then meet her at her home only to get drugged. We wake up 12 hours later only to see the cops already on our tail. While escaping the cops, we get 2 trophies for using a flash grenade and collecting 25 manuscripts. Trophy! Sound and Fury. Oh, another trophy, paging Mr. Wake. At this point in the game, we get introduced to the most annoying enemy type of the game, the floating objects. But we're still very early on in the game, and the frustration will soon be realized. Making our way there, we then encounter a possessed bulldozer trying to make us one with the cement. After destroying the dozer, however, we get a trophy. And we get another trophy for killing 4 enemies with a single flare shot. Trophy. Come on. Come all. It's 1989. And after collecting 25 thermoses, we get another trophy. Also killing 50 enemies with a flash grenade gets us another one. Once again getting terrorized by Home Depot, after destroying 20 haunted appliances, we get another trophy. No way. Where's my flashbang at? No, it's the attack of the goddamn appliances. Oh. No. No. They're here. Trophy. No shot. Oh. What the hell am I supposed to do? As well as finding 5 hidden chests. Fighting our way through the horde of dark entities and floating toilet seats, we finally catch up to the kidnapper only to find out that he never had our wife in the first place. The dark tornado thing sucks him into oblivion and chucks us in the water, and this marks the end of episode 3 and a trophy. We wake up in Cauldron Lodge, in the care of the therapist we saw earlier, Dr. Broken Nose Hartman. We also meet the 2 older gentlemen we first met at the diner. Apparently they also see the same thing Alan's been seeing and gave him a clue found in their farmhouse. The darkness eventually takes over the lodge, and now we need to escape and head to the farm. But right after seeing the latest episode of Night Springs, and a trophy with it. Killing 100 enemies with a revolver also gets us the 6-gun scribe trophy, and using a flare gets us another trophy along with changing the batteries of our flashlight 100 times. Killing 20 enemies with environmental kills also gets us a trophy. And once we reach the farmhouse, we find out that the person that can help stop this madness is the crazy light lady who we saw at the diner and at the police station, Miss Weaver. This should also be the end of episode 4 and should nag us another story-related trophy. After a fun night at the farmhouse, Alan and Barry then woke up in a prison cell. But it doesn't last long until the Dark Presence showed up yet again and yeeted the FBI agent that was hell-bent on killing us. With the help of the sheriff, we had to fight to get to the helicopter so we can reach Miss Weaver at the dam. Once at the dam, we finally meet Miss Weaver, and now we have to help her fix the power. While doing so, we ended up killing 2 enemies with 1 shotgun shell for the 2 for the price of 1 trophy, and after fixing the power problem, we got the gatekeeper trophy as well. And killing a bunch of birds also got us another trophy. Miss Weaver then took us to the well-lit room, where Alan got his childhood clicker that his mom gave to him when he was a kid to overcome his fear of the dark. With this, we can finally beat the dark entity head on, which now ends episode 5 and getting us a trophy with it. Making our way to the final boss now, we did have to go through rooms to go first, which put the fear of God in my heart. Oh. Damn it. Bro! Bro, how does one survive this onslaught? After getting 50 kills with a shotgun, we get a trophy. And finally reaching the boss fight of the game, we just had to use the flare gun to kill the darkness, and the trophy was ours. Alan then uses the clicker to get rid of the entity and writing Alice out of the dark world, but at the cost of Alan himself being stuck there instead. After beating the game, we got 2 trophies for beating it in easy and normal difficulties. We now enter the most annoying DLC known to man. The Signal DLC pretty much follows up on what's currently happening to Alan. Alan is still in the dark world, but he's now slowly losing his mind. And trust me when I say I fully understand, because after playing this DLC, I was slowly sinking into darkness myself. This whole DLC consists of some enemies, and a whole lot of possessed things. That's almost impossible to dodge since Alan dodges like he has the lungs of a chain smoker and the knees of an 80-year-old man. After summoning an imaginary Barry, we get a trophy however, and not using a car on this part also nagged us another trophy. Now we end up going for the most frustrating level of this DLC, which is also the final level. You have to shine the light on the possessed TVs to damage the boss. While doing this, you are then expected to dodge every single object in this warehouse, while enemies randomly spawned as well. There's not much to say, so here's the montage of me getting frustrated. Bro. God damn it. Like, these freaking flying items is too much, bro. What the f? I'm like legit about to play on easy on this mother. Bro, how? Like, that wasn't even dodging that one. You just take it. That is so dumb. Holy bro. What the is this game? This is so annoying, bro. Like, what? How do you freaking dodge these goddamn things? I don't understand. I am getting freaking harassed by literally like just... How do you dodge everything? Holy sh**, dude. Holy sh**. No indicators whatsoever. Everything is just flying at you nonstop. Alan over here, his dodge mechanic is tripping down the goddamn floor. Like his shoe is untied, bro. Like there's no roll or anything. Like your dodge in here is like casually just spamming the goddamn sprint button. Hopefully he trips on his face so he can possibly like just live for 5 more seconds until a barrel hits him in the face again. Because everything in this goddamn stupid warehouse just keeps flying and tries to kill you. It's just non-stop, bro. It's non-stop. Once the DLC is over, we get a trophy for it. The last DLC is pretty simple and straightforward, so here are all the trophies I got for this one.
What I heard in there.
At the end of this DLC, Alan finally came to his senses and started writing a book called The Return, which hints at the upcoming sequel. With the story stuff done, it is now time to get all the trophies we missed the first time, like killing 50 enemies with the flare gun, shooting 5 can pyramids, running over 15 enemies with a car, clearing out the possessed train, listening to all 3 of Hartman's recordings, finding all radios, killing 50 enemies with the hunting rifle, not taking damage at the farm, tinkering with the jukebox twice, watching every television, collecting all manuscripts, discovering all hidden chests, examining all the signs, collecting every coffee thermos, speedrunning to Cauldron Lake in under 30 minutes, fighting our way through Bright Falls without getting killed, and making our way from the dam to Cauldron Lake without firing our weapon. The last trophies we need for the platinum is to get the remaining manuscript pages that are only available on Nightmare difficulty, and finishing the game on Nightmare difficulty at that. Before that, however, I ended up getting the rest of the DLC trophies first. In the first DLC, we need to ignite every furnace, find all the cutouts, find all the alarm clocks, finishing the boss fight where I struggled at in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Also feeling really stupid that I could have just used the flare gun to instantly kill this boss my first time around. Trophy. And finishing the DLC without dying. Now we have to do the last DLC while also doing a no death run, which I thought I already had it in the bag since the DLC is really easy. Then this happened. I have to speedrun this section. What the hell? So I decided to finish the game first and to grab the rest of the trophies in another playthrough. And we get another trophy for finding a secret area in the DLC, making it to the lighthouse without firing our weapon once, and collecting all the Night Springs video games. Now we have to do another run without dying, up until the choke artist himself choked yet again.
The dark presence. Just another memory. But it could still kill me.
But after finishing this section in under 60 seconds, we finally get our trophy. And finishing the last DLC without dying got us another trophy. Now it's time for the Nightmare difficulty run. But unfortunately, it was pretty easy and I didn't really struggle with it as I thought I would. I did end up collecting the remaining manuscripts for a trophy and beating the game in Nightmare mode for our last trophy. And finally getting our platinum trophy.
It's not a lake.
It's an ocean. Tok 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 tok. Let's go! Alan, wake up, and... That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about! Don't let me skip the credits because they're about to play some David Bowie songs. And it's copyrighted. And I don't want my YouTube channel to get copyrighted, but that was the platinum trophy for Alan Wake. I cannot wait for Alan Wake 2. to come out. I'm stoked. I am excited. There's a bunch of new games coming out that I'm really excited for. But this is the game. That was it. No more floating barrels. That was pretty cool. That I've never seen that before. That was awesome. What the heck? I was like all animated and stuff. Y'all see that? That was dope. Look at that. What? Alan Wake is such a great game if you're a fan of Twin Peaks or literally any Lovecraft type movies or games, since it doesn't stray far from that concept. My score for Alan Wake Remastered is a strong 7.5 out of 10. The only complaint I have for the game are some of the mechanics for it. Alan can't dodge that well, and literally for a game that heavily relies on dodging, since all the enemies apparently went to Dollar General and got the buy one get 1,000 useless junk that you can throw at Alan deal, and the fact that every household appliances in the game will get possessed and kill you, they should have at least made this man Alan roll like he's on Dark Souls or something. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. And as for the Platinum Trophy, I want to give it a 4 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. It's pretty easy to get. There's just so many collectibles, and the fact that they split the collectibles and put the rest into the hardest difficulty is kind of uncalled for. But I guess that's just their way of forcing replayability. But with that being said, I know I say this a lot, but thank you all once again for all the support. And if you guys want to watch me live, you can follow me on Twitch, and the link should be in the description below. And that's it for the video. Hope you guys have a phenomenal day.